How's it going, guys? aRenG Life here, and today we got confirmation of a new box that is dropping in Duel Links called Valhalla Calling. And it's bringing a lot of really insane support, and by that I mean it's literally bringing a lot of support for different decks. This box is bringing a whole bunch of support. It's bringing a few new archetypes, or at least support for some archetypes that makes them actually playable, like agents. So we're finally gonna be able to play them. It's bringing all them like aRenG cards, I guess, with Odin and all them cards, which is gonna be pretty interesting as well. It's bringing a lot of new stuff. The one thing is, apparently this isn't like the whole list. With the whole, like, the way this thing leaked or whatever, they might be missing one UR, and also as for the SRs, what I can actually say is it is featuring Fortune Lady Wind, and that doesn't seem right to me because she is currently a farmable card with the Carly event, and I already got my like 3 copies of this, so I'm like, why is this in here? This is something I was talking to Brad on Twitter. Shout out to Brad. Yes, I am name dropping, but yes, I was talking to Brad on Twitter about it. Basically, I think they're gonna replace this with either Fortune Lady Fire or Dark or something like that. So that should be interesting. So I think it's gonna be replaced with one of those. So you can also expect basically both of those to be added. I'm not sure though. That's just my speculation, because I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get Fortune Lady Wind, because that seems like a huge mistake. But whatever, let's actually go into this box, talk about the new stuff, and let's see what are the best cards in Valhalla Calling. Alright, so first up, the first UR I'm looking at is Banishment of the Darklords. This card is amazing. Any card that's just a search card is super good in any deck. So this is like, bam, right off the bat, Darklord support. Who would have expected that we'd get that? But yeah, Darklord support is here. Basically, it's just add a Darklord card. Dude, card. It's not even a monster. Add a Darklord card from your deck to your hand, except Banishment of itself, basically, and it's a hard one to return. But that's so good, dude. What I want to know is, can you use the Darklord effects to copy this in the grave to search again? If so, woo, that's gonna be really good. I say that because a lot of them can copy a Darklord card. This is Darklords with the S. I don't know if that counts, but I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm just really curious. But if it can copy it, then awesome. Oh my goodness, this card's gonna be really, really good, and might make Darklords a lot better, a lot more viable. Next up, we got Forbidden Lance. Are you guys ready to move into the Forbidden Lance era? Lance is a really, really good card. Back when I was playing in the TCG, I know I was playing like back when I think Evil Swarms were just kind of dominating. This card was super, super OP, and it was run in every deck because it's so good. If you guys don't know what this does, it's a quick play spell, so you can use it whenever, which makes it really busted because of the whole timing and stuff. But yeah, basically it says target one face-up monster on the field. This turn, that target loses 800 attack, but it's unaffected by the effects of other spell and traps. So the beauty of this is you basically attack directly with a boss monster. They use Drowning, Wall of D, whatever. You're like, nah man, Forbidden Lance, my monster's completely unaffected. And yeah, you do lose 800 attack. That's fine, but that just lets you use it in damage steps. So that's the beauty of Forbidden Lance. You just gotta be careful with how you use it, because sometimes I'd use this like a dingus, and I'd end up killing my own monster. So that was really, really dumb. But whatever, this card's gonna be amazing, I think, once we get Lance. Oof. Oh my goodness, dude, it's gonna be insane. Next up, we got Fortune Lady Calling. Calling is a really, really good card as well. It basically lets you special summon Fortune Lady monsters from the deck if you have one on the field. It looks like we are going to be getting some Fortune Lady support in this box, which is pretty interesting. Like I showed you guys earlier, we got that Fortune Lady Wind. We're going to be getting a few of them, even the Syncro Fortune Lady, which is pretty interesting, which I have not read, so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what her effective is. But Fortune Lady Calling is really, really good. You basically activate it, special summon a Fortune Lady monster from the deck, and with a different name from the card you control. The beauty of this is that you can go into like Fortune Lady Water, and you can get a free draw 2, and that's so nice. That's just so good. So this card can inherently be a +2, +3, and that's insane because you just get a free monster from the deck. So that's always a 1-for-1, and then you get +2. It's kind of insane. I don't even know, like, you literally +3 right there, I think. I'm not even sure. But yeah, depending on what monster you have on the field, you can also potentially Synchro. I don't know how good Fortune Ladies are going to be, but fair enough. Next up, we got our boy Master Hyperion. Dude, I'm so hyped about this guy. I remember when I was playing in the TCG, I actually bought this guy's structure deck, and I tried playing it, but I just didn't have a lot of the cards to make the deck really, really good. But you know, Master Hyperion is amazing. This card's awesome. Basically, you can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one agent or the agent monster from the hand, field, or grave. Once per turn, you can banish one light fairy type monster from your graveyard, then target one card on the field and destroy that target. And when you have Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, you can use the effect twice, which is just pop once. Hey, I have Sanctuary in the Sky. Pop again, dude. That's pretty beautiful. So this card is like, it's really, really good at just getting a free big boss monster. And in Duel Links speed format, this could be really, really good for OTKs. Imagine it, dude. Imagine somebody sets a monster in defense and then they just pass. You go Hyperion, you can just blow things up, you can swarm the field, you can attack. Yeah, it can mess somebody up. You can mess somebody up, dude, which is going to be pretty insane. So yeah, I really, really like this. Next up, we got Odin, father of Acer, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. But yeah, basically we got a big 4,000 boss monster. He's literally a god. Literally god stats over here. And yeah, he's a fairy synchro boss monster, Nordic ascended tuner required, and 2 or more non-tuners. So he's a little bit tricky to summon, but depending on how easily it is to get those monsters on the field. But you are going to need to give up 3 monsters to summon this boy, so it better be worth it. And I think it would actually, because his effect does state, once per turn, you can make this card unaffected by spell and trap effects until the end of this turn, which is pretty insane. I really want to look into that text, and since I've never played this card, I really want to know, if you guys know in the comments, let me know, how does this guy work? Basically, the whole, you can make this card unaffected. I don't know if that means you're gonna have to like manually activate it, or it's as soon as they activate a thing that's gonna negate your monster or wreck your monster, you're like, oh no, he's unaffected right now. Kind of like Shien, how he negates. I don't know if it's gonna be like that, where he's just unaffected once every turn, every one of your turns, I believe. So maybe, I don't know, maybe if it's that way, that'd be interesting. If you have to manually activate it to make him unaffected, that might be a little less good. But I don't know. But yeah, even if he dies though, it's not too bad, because it also says during the end phase, if this face-up card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card, by battle or card effect, and sent to your grave for this turn, you can banish one Nordic Ascended Tuner monster from the grave. Special summon this card. When summoned this way, you can draw 1 card. How insane is that? You basically get a big 4,000 boy, dude. And he can protect himself from just being targeted, I think. He's just unaffected by spells and traps. And then on your opponent's turn, if they do manage to kill it, you just banish your tuner from the grave, special summon a 4,000 boy back from the grave, and you get to draw a card on top of it. That sounds pretty insane. That sounds really, really crazy. But Odin, he's looking like a really, really good boss monster over here. Moving on, we got a Scrap Dragon is finally here. Another card I'm super excited about. Like I said, dude, we're getting so much support. So many decks are getting their key cards in this box. So I think this box is definitely going to be one of the ones you want to go into, implying that you have support from these other boxes. If it's your first box, I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, I mean, it is giving a lot of really good support though. But yeah, basically, Scrap Dragon, if you guys don't know, it's one of the Scrap Archetype boss monsters, and it's the one that they've been missing. This is their level 8. This is the number they can go into very, very often, but we just didn't have the level 8 for it. But now that we do, oh, it's going to be beautiful. Scrap Dragon basically lets you target 1 card you control and 1 card your opponent controls and destroy them. This is a generic tuner synchro, I mean. So since it's a generic synchro, you can run it in any deck, and that's just a really good effect. You can target one of your cards and then one of your opponent's cards, and bam, get rid of them. Could this combine with like Powerful Rebirth or something? Oh, that'd be real spicy, because you get to basically get rid of Powerful Rebirth. It won't destroy the monster, but it will destroy one of your opponent's things. So it's gonna be really spicy. Or comboing this with cards that want to be destroyed, like what is it, that Twister card, whatever, the one that when you destroy it, when it's destroyed, you get to destroy one of your opponent's things. That's also pretty insane. So I don't know, Scrap Dragon's gonna be a big boss boy, dude, and I'm really looking forward to him. So Scrap Dragon's gonna be awesome, dude. Next up, we got Agent of Mystery Earth. This is gonna be kind of one of the key cards for the agents that are finally coming to the game, dude. We've had Venus for the longest time, like since the very beginning almost. Venus is amazing. I really like Venus and them shine balls, but finally the deck is getting its true like combos and stuff. So we got Agent of Mystery Earth, which is a tuner, by the way. It's a level 2 tuner, but its effect basically is when you normal summon this card, you get to search an agent monster. So not bad. You add agent monster from the deck to your hand, except itself. But when you have Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, you can add Hyperion. Master Hyperion, the big boy, dude. You can add him, and then he can banish your Earth to pretty much summon himself and then pop things. Oh man, it's gonna be pretty hype. But yeah, so that's gonna be a really interesting play. And of course, the Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, which is pretty much a card that says once per turn you can special summon a fairy type monster from your hand, but if you have no monsters on the field. So that's pretty much like that zombie card. I forget what it's called, something mummy. But yeah, you know that one card that if you have no zombies on the field, you can special summon, or if you have no monsters, you can special summon a zombie from your hand. Same exact thing, but for fairies. And this card is just gonna be really good because that means, hey, free Hyperion out of nowhere, dude. You don't even have to banish. So that gives you more options to actually use his things. Also, if a lot of these guys of Nordic whatever cards are all fairies, then you can also abuse this because that lets you pull off more synchros. So that's going to be really interesting as well. Apparently we are missing a UR, so I don't know all the stuff, but we are missing some stuff. Moving on, we got YuGiOh. This is going to be the first of the SRs we're looking at, and this card I know I've seen it used in a deck in the past. I think it was with Piper, I'm not sure. It says, cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summoned or flip face up, you can target one level 1 monster in your graveyard and special summon that target, but banish it when this card leaves the field. So interesting. So you summon a monster, you're gonna pretty much want to, I think, potentially summon this thing, bring out a monster that can be like tribute itself or something, and then and you get to draw cards or something. I forget which one does that. I do not remember. I don't know if it was card D, I'm not sure, but yeah. Basically, YuGiOh is really useful in a certain deck. I just don't remember that deck. But it says once per turn during the end phase of this card is normal summon, it goes back to the hand because it's a spirit, which is pretty cool. I mean, I think someone's gonna eventually make a really cool deck for this thing, but I know it can be really good. Next up, we got Reptilian Lamia. This is one of those cards that was missing for the Reptilian deck. Basically, it says if all monsters you control are reptiles. Reptile monsters, minimum 1. I'm not sure if it means minimum 1 aside from this one. This card while this card is in your hand, I'm assuming it does mean another card. So while this card is in your hand, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, changes attack to 0, and if you do, special summon this card. So basically, you have a reptile monster on the field, at least one. You can use this card's effect, make your opponent monster 0, summon this card, potentially pull off the Synchro. That should be insane. Special summon this card, then take a damage equal to the monster's original attack. That's the only dangerous part. You have to take damage equal to their original attack. But if this card is sent to the grave as a synchro material, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change their attacks to 0. Oh my goodness, dude. And you can only use this thing's effect once that turn. So it's gonna be pretty good. It looks like a pretty interesting card. I think that the thing is, you can probably use this in Aliens as well, because Aliens seem to be like the go-to reptile deck that we have. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I think also it benefits on their boss monster, which I think you can tribute like 0 attack monsters and stuff. I forget which ones benefit. I think it's their Synchro, the one that if they have 0 attack monsters, you draw for each one. So this can give you like a +2 if you go into their Synchro monster. I think Hydra or whatever. So pretty cool. Next up, we got Shining Angel. This is basically a Mother Grizzly, but he's the Mother Grizzly of angels and light monsters, dude. So yeah, when this card is destroyed by battle, you can pretty much special summon a light monster from the deck with 1500 or less attack and face-up attack. So pretty cool. This guy is gonna be pretty useful in general. I think he's alright. He's basically Mother Grizzly, so someone's gonna find a way to cheese this deck. Pretty cool. Next up, we got Star Eater, a true boss monster of boss monsters. I think it's our first level 11 synchro. But yeah, I remember when this came out in the TCG, it was a really highly desired card because it was really cool. It was a level 11. You cannot stop him from being summoned, basically. So when he's summoned, you cannot floodgate, you cannot negate, you can't do anything. He's gotta be summoned. The only way you can shut him down is, I think, is after he attacks and actually deals damage to you, or before he attacks. That's the only way you can mess this guy up. So if you're gonna want to stop this guy, it's gonna be Ancient Gear rules. You're gonna have to stop him like you stop Ancient Gear monsters, because once he's attacking, you ain't gonna stop this boy. So he's pretty cool. He's a 3200 beater, dude. It was a really insane stat line. So pretty good boss monster right now. Also the fact that he's generic, oh, that's so good. But yeah, next up we got Super Nimble Mega Hamster. This guy is a level 4 monster. It's a flip effect, so Subterra's, I'm not sure. Flip, you can special summon 1 level 3 or lower beast type monster from the deck and face down defense position. Interesting indeed. I mean, I don't know about Subterra's because this thing can't put itself back face down, but you can definitely set it and do some shenanigans. I think maybe like a beast synchro deck that could be pretty good, or just a deck that abuses all like the beast stuff. Do we have Nimble Mamunga and all them stuff? I don't think we have all of them, but we do have some. So maybe. Next up we got U.A Perfect Ace, dude, and this guy is actually called Perfect Ace for a reason, because he's really good. And it says you can special summon this card from your hand by returning one U.A monster you control to the hand, except himself. And you can only special summon this guy once per turn this way. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can discard one card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And this is a quick effect, so you can literally activate this whenever you want. U.A Perfect Ace is going to look like a really good boss monster, dude. He looks really, really good. I don't know about boss monster, but he just got good stats. Also, he's more defensive. He's more on the defensive side. And so, yeah, I did notice we were getting a lot more defensive UAs, which is pretty cool. I mean, they really got to help out the deck a little bit, because it's like quick effect. Nah, man, you ain't touching me. And negate and destroy. So that's pretty good right there. But you do have to discard, though. So that's a little bit tricky. But yeah, UA Perfect Ace is going to be really good. Next up, we got Fortune Lady Every. Is that how you say it? Every? Pretty cool. All right, so we got this Fortune Lady boss woman, and her effects are basically a tuner, non-tuner spellcasters. Okay, so you can definitely like do some shenanigans with this thing and that one spellcaster guy that comes out with spell counters. Maybe you can do something with that. This card's attack and defense equal to its level times 400. Pretty standard for Fortune Ladies. So, oh my goodness, she has a lot of stars though. So she comes out as a 2800 beater. Holy crap, dude. And once per turn during the standby phase, increase this card's level by 1. So you can raise her level like all Fortune Ladies. That's pretty standard, pretty good. But it says, then you can banish one face-up monster your opponent controls. Banishing a monster your opponent controls is really good. Okay. During your opponent's end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one of the spellcaster monsters from the grave. Special summon this card. Oh my goodness, dude. That is so good. Dude, this woman is awesome. So basically, you go into her. She's a level 7, so good luck summoning her. So you go into her with using your spellcaster monsters. When she's on the field, she's a 2800 woman. Once per turn, she gains a level. She becomes, what, 32 on the next turn. And on top of that, she gets the ability to banish one of your opponent's monsters. And then if she's in the grave, you can banish another spellcaster monster in the grave and special summon her. Dude, that is so good. Dude, I'm really looking forward to Fortune Lady Every. She looks amazing. More synchro boss monsters that we need now that 6 Sams are down the drain, more or less. I mean, they've been hit pretty hard. I talked about Fortune Lady Wind, but she's already in the game. I think we might be getting Fortune Lady Fire, who, if you guys have been playing, is one of the cards that she uses. I think that one has the same ability, except the stats are a little bit different. Also, when you summon Fortune Lady Fire, she gets to destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field. Pretty good right there. Or Fortune Lady Dark. I think we might be getting one of those too, but I'm not sure. So that might be one of those. Next up, we got Fortune Lady Past. So we got Fortune Lady Past over here. Interesting. What are you? So is she the tuner? She is the tuner. When this card's attack and defense 200, blah blah. Okay, once per turn during your standby phase, increase the level. Standard. You can target one Fortune Lady monster you control. Banish any number of spellcaster monsters from your hand, field, and or grave. Holy crap! Except that monster. And if you do increase or reduce that monster's level, dude, that's some synchro like modulation right there. Level modulation, so you can pull off synchros. That's pretty interesting. She's a level 1, by the way. But yeah, so increase the number by things banished. Till the end of the turn, you can only use the effect of this thing once per turn. Okay, so pretty cool. You basically go into this tuner, you have another Fortune Lady on the field. You're able to basically say, hey, this level 3 Fortune Lady is now going to be a level 6 or something, which will let you go into that level 7 Whammon, which is pretty nice, pretty interesting. So not bad, but I mean, us alone, this card, I don't know how it's going to survive. And then last up, randomly, Hyper Hammerhead? Hyper Hammerhead it is. Alright, cool. At the end of the damage step, if an opponent's monster that battled this card is not destroyed, return that opponent's monster to the hand. So basically, if they summon something and kill your Hammerhead, it gets bounced back. So you can actually summon this thing and be like, alright, hit me with your 6 Sam boss monster. Hit me with your blue eyes, dude. It's going to end up back in your hand. You know it's going to be back in your hand. So you can literally just set this face down, and when they hit him at the end of the damage step, I think that should bounce your opponent's stuff back. That should be pretty funny. That's pretty much the list of all all the SRs and URs. There's so many different cards that are coming to the game, by the way. There are so many interesting things. We got all them Watts, dude. We got all them Watts, so shout out to Ethan. We got Cardians, dude. The Flower Cardians are coming into the game. Dude, I've seen this deck, and it's kind of insane at times. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get all the materials that makes this deck completely busted, because I don't see the big boss monsters. I don't think we have that, so it might not be completely busted. But yeah, maybe in another box we'll get it as a UR. But yeah, I'm seeing UAs. We're getting UAs. We're getting all these like Hecatrice, dude. This adds Valhalla. It's gonna be pretty crazy, dude. We're getting a whole bunch of support. We're getting Uranus over here, dude. Demonetized instantly. But yeah, we're getting a lot of really interesting support. I'm kind of hyped for this box. Actually, really hyped. So yeah, let me know what you guys are excited for from this new box, since it's supporting so many different archetypes. It's just it's a different price for everybody, dude. But whatever, that's pretty much that. And if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more dueling shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and see you guys.